For years, what has passed for peace in Venezuela has masked horrendous inner suffering. Venezuela's security has been utterly insecure because it has been purchased with the human rights and self-determination of its people. Today, we are seeing the inevitable result. Starving and repressed citizens have taken to the streets, and the Maduro regime is responding with violence. The Venezuelan government is in the midst of destroying human rights and democracy in Venezuela. It is conducting a campaign of violence and intimidation against unarmed demonstrators, businesses, civil society, and freely elected political opposition. Since April, when demonstrations became a daily occurrence, more than 60 people have been killed, more than 1,000 have been injured, and nearly 3,000 have been detained. And the government continues to hold opposition leader Leopoldo Lopez and many others in prison in violation of the rule of law and freedom of expression. In the last year, 11,500 babies died before their first birthday in Venezuela. Maternal mortality is up 65%. 75% of Venezuelans have lost an average of 19 pounds from food shortages. This is an economic, political, and humanitarian crisis that demands the world's attention. But let there be no mistake. There is only one party responsible for the crisis in Venezuela. One group of officials is responsible for taking one of the richest countries in Latin America and making it a place where mothers dig through trash cans to feed their families. Tragically, the Maduro regime's effort to silence its critics reaches all the way here to Geneva and into the Human Rights Council. Here at the world's preeminent human rights organization, Venezuela is a member in good standing, and it uses that membership to block any meaningful discussion of its human rights violations. The Human Rights Council has no excuse. It cannot consider itself the world's leading human rights organization and continue to ignore the violations and abuses that are occurring in Venezuela. Those who cannot defend themselves turn to this council for hope and for justice. If they continue to be met with indifference and inaction, it will harm not just the reputation of the council, but the very idea that nations can cooperate to protect human dignity. We have come here today to call the international community's attention to Venezuela's violations of international human rights agreements. My hope is that we leave with a greater commitment to the men, women, and children these agreements are meant to protect. There are many things that could be done to help the people of Venezuela, but they really only need one thing: a free election. Venezuela has democratic traditions. If those traditions were honored, the Venezuelan people would save themselves. They know what needs to be done. It is our job to assist in paving the way toward giving the Venezuelan people back their rights, their dignity, and their prosperity. Thank you.